The clock ticks closer to digital death. Fault in the dark, you know the tune. Just wait for it, starting soon.
This ain't the show, nah, this ain't the scene, just a prelude to the in-between. Vaults in the shadows, screen says soon, like a ghost in the glow of a neon moon. NFTs in his pocket used to flex that wealth. Mickey and Marvel stacking them shelves, but now they dust, just a digital ghost. Vault's got a pass, but tonight he's the host.
Starting soon, hold your breath. The clock ticks closer to digital death. Fault in the dark, you know the tune. Just wait for it, starting soon.
Shadow creeping, air feel dense. Room full of whispers, none make sense. Heartbeat echoes, the clocks tick slow. Vault cracks open, time to let it show. Specters lurking, cold in the chest. Ghostly voices, paranormally correct. Sips crawl upward, tension in the air. Baseline breathing, drums say beware. Paranormally correct. OG falls in effect. Page electric beats resurrect. On a groove, spirits connect. OG falls in effect. OG fault, always direct. Paranormally correct. OG falls in effect. Energy effect. Techniques resurrect. On a groove, spirits connect. OG falls in effect. OG fault, always direct.
What's up, everybody, and happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year coming up pretty soon. I guess it's going to be like a Christmas edition of the Paranormally Correct live stream. I'm back. I missed last week. I was busy, but we are back on the show that I created so that I could get people to listen to me rant about my political opinions. So I feed them what they want, the paranormal activity, the sports updates. We get into the NFT updates as well in the tech section. So let's freaking go. Shout out to everybody in the chat. First in the chat, as always, is my hero, Rob T. Rob T hooked me up and helped me out. I want to tell the whole story right now, but when we get to tech, I'll tell you about the BB drop and how Rob T made sure that I made a profit. Because without Rob T, I would not have made a profit on that drop. But I did make a profit. I did sell that, by the way, for 99 gems. Shout out to the OG Thanu's in the chat. Let's go. What's up, Thanu? Good to see you, my man. Yeah, Grandma Moore is not with me today. Hopefully she'll be in the chat. I'm not sure. I haven't heard from her, so I'm not sure what she's up to. I did not go for Ken, although I thought about it. And then I think something mildly entertaining came on TV, and that was enough to make me forget about the drop. Shout out to the OG Diddy OC in the house. Ahoy, ahoy, let's go.
Yes, 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 yes. Stibbity dip, stibbity double, yes, yes.
Happy Tuesday. Shout out to Denny. Shout out to Disney Magic as well. Good to see you in the chat. We got some cool stuff to talk about today. I've got some paranormal activity, a video, a happening that I want to talk to you guys or show you guys, talk to you about, maybe go over a little bit. And I'm not 100% convinced. I want to see what you guys think about it. And then, of course, I've got a very interesting topic to get into in the sports section. Politics, you already know it's going to be the Epstein files. New stuff keeps getting dropped. Have you guys already seen the CoffeeZilla video? Because he found some files that weren't even released yet. It's getting wild, man. And then there's this other guy who says that if you copy and paste the files into this certain program, all the unredacted stuff, or all the redacted stuff becomes unredacted. But I don't know if I believe him. Shout out to Stan, the man. Good to see you, my man. What's keeping the channel on the BB train? What do you mean? I'm not on the BB train. I'm on the Panini train now. I'm live streaming the Panini drops. I've done it 3 times, and so far all 3 drops have been profitable. I'll show you the results from my last drop when we get to the tech section. And I'm checking out Cryptoys too. Cryptoys is making a comeback. IU versus Alabama. I'm not a big IU fan. I'm a Louisville fan personally. But when it comes to football, I'm a little bit more of a fan. Basketball, no, not at all. There you go. Florida Hurricanes in the house. Let's go. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about the NBA for sure. But let's do our first topic. Let's go ahead and jump into our paranormal topic for this week. And it's going to be, I don't have like a bunch of extra videos like usual. Sometimes I'll have a couple clips to go over and then a story. But this one's kind of a long story. So I had to cut it down to just one story because we got to really dig into it a little bit. This just happened last month too. So basically there's this TikTok channel that this girl made. And I've got everything like always, links down in the description. It's sid.lane2001 is the TikTok page, right? So she just had a regular page. If you look at the bottom 10 videos, it's of her cat in her house or whatever. And then she goes on vacation and she rents out this really nice Airbnb. And she posts a video of how her dog is reacting. I'm gonna show you on the steps. And once that happens, for some reason that video of her dog kind of blew up on TikTok. So while she's still on vacation at this Airbnb, all this stuff starts happening. So I'm wondering if it's real, we're gonna dig in or not, or if she's just started staging it because that first video blew up. Let's look into it. If you're into the paranormal stuff, you might have seen this one. I've seen a few of the big channels like Slapped Ham and who else is the other guys? Casper's site. I've gone over this one. It's really crazy. Some of it has sound and some of it doesn't. So let's get it started off. The first clip is going to be her first video that she posted before the dog video, just showing how nice the house is and how excited she is about it.
Because this right here, this, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm obsessed. No, because this right here.
All right, so that's just kind of showing you how she's in this new Airbnb. If you look at the videos before in her actual house, you can tell that this is not where she lives. Doesn't mean that it's real. All right, so the next video is the one she posts where her dog's acting weird on the steps.
Do you ever look at your dog and think, what are you thinking about?
So people start replying to her and stuff and giving her ideas because for some reason it got a bunch of views and they're like, have you tried putting the leash on the steps? Which this is kind of a weird one, but the dog does still kind of act kind of weird in this one.
Okay, so this is the leash. If this moves, I'm literally going to run. There she goes again. I don't think the leash is gonna move, but she's definitely sensing something.
Can't hardly hear what she's mumbling in the video, but the dog, of course, is once again weirded out by the steps. And the next one, I think she shows that she discovers. Here we go. It's weird how they have the one rug on top of the other rug. For one, who does that in a nice house? At the end there, if you couldn't read it, it said maybe it's the smell of the rug that is drawing the dog over there. But like I said, that's kind of weird how they have one flapped on top of the other. It seems like it'd be a risk. Somebody could stub their, hit their toe on it and trip over. Shout out to OG in the house, rugs on rugs. Let's go. Kobe Collects, you gotta watch this. This is this video about this girl that was at this Airbnb on TikTok just last month, and her dog's acting real weird on the steps, and people are sending her messages like, maybe it's something underneath the under the carpet. This next video, she notices that there's something under the steps. Of course, like usual, when you have steps, you have like a room under the steps.
I think I figured out why my dog just is always hanging out right here. So I just found a door back here. So I don't think that it's what's on the stairs. I think it's something that's underneath. So I tried to check, but the door is locked. Obviously it's an Airbnb, so they lock a lot of the doors up, but so yeah, I don't
Okay, so she sees now that there's some kind of door at the bottom of the steps, maybe a room or something in there, and there's a light switch on the wall for it, and the light switch was already on, but the door is locked.
I think that it's what's on the stairs, like what I initially thought. I think it's what's below. I'm gonna find out at this point.
Okay, this one gets.
Okay.
All right, here's a little message. We're gonna draw it out a little bit because people are asking her about it, so she tells you what's going on.
I sent the video to the landlord of the Airbnb asking, like, hey, is there someone else renting it out as well as us or what? Because there's a room under the stairs that we can't get into. It's locked, so I didn't know. And basically he was like, no, you guys are the only ones that are in the Airbnb right now, like booked out for the week. So, okay, kind of feel relieved in a way, because I think it would be really weird and kind of creepy if there were people staying there as well that we didn't know about. But yeah, he didn't seem worried at all about it, so we'll see.
Okay, now it starts to get a little bit weirder. So she starts sticking her phone underneath the door to see if she sees anything.
Just can you imagine there's something right behind the door? Oh my god.
It would be a quick little replay here.
Oh my god, did that just happen?
Somebody jiggled the handle from the other side. Watch the replay. So now they're really freaking out. I did have to cut out some music, but yeah, here you go. So now that even after that happened, they're still trying to catch them, knock on the door, and then see if they can see a hand grabbing the doorknob. Not only did something pull her phone, first it's just sitting there outside the door, then it falls down the steps. And then watch this, after it's down on the steps and it's just sitting there, what's this? Watch it. What? Who's doing that? What made that happen? Right? So this is all recorded and stuff, so she decides to call up the guy that she rented it from. She's like, I lost my phone underneath the doorstep, and I can't get into that room. Can you come on, unlock the door?
But there's no reason for me to go down there. But I'm waiting to start hearing things from coming underneath my house. That's it. I'm out of here. Going under the door. Okay. Well. Door 2 is creepy. Yeah.
All right, so he goes down there and gets the. See if you notice anything here. We're gonna play this part back. This is important.
Thank you.
All right, did you catch that? Don't worry, I got the editing for you. So the owner comes, walks down those steps, gets her phone for her, comes back up and hands her her phone. Now, did you notice something when he handed her her phone? Watch closely. What the is tattooed on that dude's hand? What's that all about? You know what else? Did you notice this? Watch closely. When he opens the door. What's that? What's going on there? Looks like somebody's trying to scratch and get out of the door. It's not over yet either. So they get the phone back. They get access to the basement. She's down there looking at the basement. They don't see anything. I guess there's places where people could be hiding, though. I don't know. But she never mentions this door. Whenever we get into if it's real or not. See that door on the left? She never mentions that door on the left. She's like, there's nowhere to hide. But never says a word. There's a door obviously there on the left. Okay, so she's down in the basement, but doesn't see anything down there. They now have access. Still not over yet. I agree, Rob T. If my phone was down there, yeah, I'm kicking that door. Especially if somebody grabbed it. I want to see. I want to know who. I gotta rescue somebody, it sounds like. Alright, this one went on for a second. Sorry. It's almost over. But you can see nothing in the basement. But this video ain't over. The very next couple of days, because she was there for a week. She kind of forgot about it. Then a couple of days later, before they leave, this is what happens. She noticed her dog acting weird again.
House right now. Me and my sister, my niece, we're renting out this Airbnb for a wedding this weekend, and we were just out walking my dog. And when we came in, we heard
her voice is kind of low on this one, but she has the messages of what's going on. She sees the curtain moving up there, so she goes upstairs. When she gets up there, she noticed that that window was open. Maybe that's what's causing the curtain to move, so she closes the window. Then she gets freaked out because the balloons are moving, which I don't even see why that's a thing, or who cares. It's probably because of the wind. You just close the window. But for some reason that freaks her out now. Alright, now pay attention here.
Touch it. Oh my God,
One more time.
what's that?
So she looks down at the dog.
Oh my God.
She hears some
What is
footsteps
that?
on the steps. Then the leash goes flying up in the air.
Because this
I don't know. What do y'all think? Happy Christmas, Dan. We appreciate you. Yeah, and Happy New Year, too. We should do like, I'm sure there'll be a million of them, but like a New Year live stream, a countdown. If I could figure out like some kind of theme or something fun to do with it. Maybe get Kobe to give away some Pokemon cards. Let's go. We got Smart Buy in the house. I haven't seen Smart Buy in a while. Let's go. Good to see you, my man. It's kind of a Christmas stream of my new Tuesday live stream that we do every Tuesday. We're going over this, I guess, haunted Airbnb. I want to know what people think. Here's a few things, problems I have. So let me start right here with this. When she's looking, yeah, right here. Here's my one thing. Look at this girl's hanging. She got a tattoo on her wrist and long black fingernails. She seems like she's into some witchcraft stuff anyway. But the thing about that dude's tattoo, man, that's right on your palm, and that does not look like a fake tattoo. Let me see if I can find the tattoo again. Like, and I try to look up that symbolism, and every time you look up like triangle inside a triangle, I see other symbols, but I never see this exact symbol. I don't know what it means, but that's a dedication. It don't look like a marker, right? Is One Piece the new TCG people are getting? What's up, Dane K? Good to see you, my man. Merry Christmas. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you, bro. I didn't do a Merry Christmas gift. I need one, though. There's a 2024 BB drop in the basement. It ain't worth nothing. The dude's I know, right? And then the door, too. Look at the door. I should do it like this. And there's something already in there jiggling the door knob. This looks like some dude's trying to get out. I don't know. Maybe it could be all set up. How did they do the leash thing at the end, though? And one of them, it looks like there's, when they show the steps, I don't think I'll be able to find it again, but it almost looks like there's something right over the steps right there where somebody could be holding a rope attached to the leash and pulling it up. I don't know, but it's pretty good. I mean, the link is in the description. Like I said, a lot of the big channels have been talking about this. Kind of cool. I missed out on One Piece too. I didn't do One Piece. My kid would know about it. If you do VV drops again, will VV support you again? Never. You can really bring in users. They have been supporting all YouTubers lately, all except for me, sir. Always. Never. In a million years. When we're talking palm, bro. Palm tattoos are not only very painful, I'm sure they're painful. I have a rib tattoo. It's really big too and dark, all black. People say that's like the most painful one, but palm sounds really rough. Link to fate, power, or manifestation. But like I said, I couldn't find that exact symbol anywhere. Anyway, that was a crazy little happening. I don't know if it was a ghost, a UFO. I don't know what it was, but I thought it'd be worth going over for sure. Amish lock and key. Saw you listed one on your recent BB drops. I did live stream. Was it on Friday when I did the Panini drop? And during the Panini drop live stream, I went ahead and went for the first appearance of the Avatar guy, Jake Sully. And I got the drop. It was a whole thing. I'll tell the story when we get to the text section. So let's go ahead and move on to the next section. We're talking sports. It's almost time for the NFL playoffs. So I'm going to get into the NFL playoffs next week. As you guys know, I don't watch the NFL a little bit that much anymore. I used to watch a lot in college, in high school. These days I'm big into the NBA. And I did want to talk about one particular topic in the NBA, and it has to do with the NBA Cup. So the NBA Cup just ended. It's this new tournament they're having kind of at the beginning of the NBA season. And it was kind of wild whenever the Thunder went against the Spurs in the semifinals, because if you're paying attention to the NBA, the Thunder have started off with one of the best records in the history of the NBA. They've only lost one game up to this matchup, like 26-1, 23-1, something like that. And they went up against the Spurs, who also has a good record and has Wembanyama, the 7'5" sensation out of France. But he had been injured for the last couple weeks going into the game, and he got to play finally. He got to come back for this game. He didn't start, and he didn't play very often, but he made a huge impact, and they actually ended up beating the Thunder. Then they get to the Knicks. Wemby plays more, and the Knicks are able to beat the Spurs, which everybody's like, oh, the Spurs beat the Thunder. Now the Spurs are the super team, and then the Knicks beat the Spurs. And then right after that, the Pacers almost beat the Knicks, Rob T. But the Knicks are who I want to talk about, Rob T. I don't know if you're a fan or not, but that's what we got to get into, because what had happened was they're in Las Vegas after winning that championship. Everybody's super excited. They give them the trophies. They're having a good old time. They're celebrating their win. And then Josh Hart sticks his thumb up Jalen Brunson's butt right in the middle of the championship celebration. And I got to be honest with you, I don't get it. I know they both went to Villanova. They got like 3 or 4 dudes there, including DiVincenzo, who got traded away, who all went to college together at Villanova. You know, they've always been roommates, and they're always joking around. Josh Hart's one of the funniest dudes in the NBA, but I feel like that's a step too far. I think he went a step too far, Evan. I don't know. I mean, it was. Was it, though? Look at his face. See if I can pause Jalen Brunson's face when it happens. He was not happy. How dare you? Right in the middle of the celebration. Is that what they call it up in Canada? Big body Brunson. I know. They could. The Knicks were able to stop him. The Knicks had an answer. But I don't know, man, now that he's been violated. Bernard King, that's old school, bro. You're dating yourself. Gave him the shocker that's just straight up the bum, right in the... That should be a suspension. Yeah, he looks very mad. I guess it was funny. I know he was laughing about it. Josh Hart was laughing about it. I don't know, a bunch of people just left the stream. I guess they were here for the paranormal part and didn't like the finger up the butt. But I'm sorry. I thought it was funny. I had to point it out. Mainly because the Knicks and the Pacers are big rivalries. But I do like Brunson a lot. I like Josh Hart a lot. And I thought it was funny. I know it wasn't actually anything like weird, although some people are trying to say it was. But it's really bad timing. I'd be mad too. This is just the worst timing, dude. Save that for the after party. All right. That's just the one thing I had for sports, because we got a lot to talk about when it comes to politics. There's more happening than I can even get into for real. Excuse me 1 second. And let me get some coffee too. All right, before we get into the Epstein files, a few things. This, I think, is just brand new. The White House is tweeting about it. A lot of senators are tweeting about it, about this new report from the Wall Street Journal showing how the economy is growing and doing so great. And of course, in that speech that Trump just recently gave, he's talking about how all the prices are down, everything's down, eggs are down, gas is down, everything's down. But of course, when it comes to this study in particular, they're using averages like they always do. They use averages and medians to trick people. It'd be like the average household's income is up by 2,000, but really the top 1% is up by like 50 million, and everybody else is down by like 500, and it averages out to the average house being up by 200 or whatever. They're always tricking you with the numbers, and if you look into that report in particular, you can see at the bottom the October, November 2025 data values, which they're saying is included. It even says in the report that's not actually included. But when it comes to the prices, you can see here the inflation figures show that Trump was wrong when he repeatedly claimed this month that grocery prices are down or way down. They're up again last month, and they have increased since the start of his presidency. Eggs are down because I think was the chicken flu was going on at the time, and of course people on the right said that was a big conspiracy. Actually wasn't going on, but Biden killed a bunch of chickens to make egg prices go up. So I don't know if he did it on purpose or not, but that's why eggs were higher, because the whole chicken flu thingy at the end of his presidency. But besides that, everything's up except for gas. Gas is down, and I feel like they're purposely keeping gas at a penny or two below what it was the year previous, no matter what the price gets to. And that's almost like they're working with Trump somehow, because they're definitely in cahoots with Trump, because Trump's trying to take Venezuela's oil right now and give it to the oil companies, so they're definitely friendly. What'd Rob say about the Knicks champs and you pass us by? Pacers Rick Schmidt fan? Pacers will be back next year. This is not going to be a good year for them. Halliburton is out the whole entire season. I expect not to even make the playoffs. Apparently, for some reason, Trump is slapping his name on the Kennedy Center, which the Kennedy Center was built as a memorial to John Kennedy. It was built after he passed away, so it's considered a memorial. And Trump is still in office, and I don't think any president has ever done anything like this before. I'm like, is this real? Jim Acosta's reporting on it. I've seen it in several places. I've seen this picture. I don't know if it's AI these days. Is that real? Did they really just call the John F. Kennedy Memorial Center for the Performing Arts the Donald Trump? And see, why would they have a second "the" there? That's why I feel like, is this even real? Apparently, Trump is adding his name to the Kennedy Memorial Center. This is wild. Wild to me. Maybe it's fake. I don't know. I've seen it reported a lot. This is one that people have been talking about a lot in the last couple of days. Actually, you see this every once in a while pop up, but it shows the percentage of Democrats to the percentage of Republicans when it comes to professors. Is that what it says? Registered faculty, yeah. So professors at elite U.S. universities. And they always use this, like people on the right, to show, like, these are the people that are indoctrinating your children because they're all on the same side of the political spectrum. But isn't it just the fact that people on the left are just smarter than people on the right? It's not like they're checking people's political affiliation when they hire professors. If there were people on the right that were professors that were Harvard level, they would get the Harvard level jobs. It's just that the smarter people, I mean, it's a self-own. The reason why I don't let my kid go to the school where we live in the town. Instead, I drive him to the town over, because this is a very Republican with the town with a bunch of Republican administrators and Republican teachers, and I don't think Republicans are smart enough to teach my kid. And if I had my kid going to Harvard, I wouldn't think that a Republican would be smart enough to teach him at Harvard. I don't know. I think it's a self-own every time they bring that up. So this was the big story that's been going on the last couple of days. CBS was planning on putting on this story about CCOT on 60 Minutes, which is the camp in El Salvador where they've been sending people that they arrest for immigration, people that ICE arrest, or some of them have been sent to this CCOT place. And they had this report all ready to go. And this Barry Weiss person, who is the new, I guess, editor-in-chief of CBS, decided that it wasn't ready to go yet. However, Canada, there's a channel in Canada that accidentally aired it. So it did actually get aired, and a few people had recorded it, and now it's starting to go viral. So now everybody's getting to see this report on CCOT. And the reason why Barry Weiss didn't want the report released, she's the new editor-in-chief that they just hired, who's actually just a podcaster, but she's really big on Israel, and she's really big on Trump. So she's there to like mediate and make sure that nothing bad is said about Trump, which is the way they're trying to control the media right now. Is pretty crazy. So it did reflect very negatively on the Trump administration, and it had been meticulously fact-checked and lawyered. They went over it several times. The lady who produced it was really upset about it. Then Kay says, don't be a part of the problem? What do you mean? Politics was never in schools when we were growing up, and it still isn't. At least it never was for me. I went to college for 5 years. Nobody said anything about politics to me in any of my classes. I didn't take any politics classes. I took African American history on one of my classes in elective. They never even talked about politics there. Educated intelligence are very different. Some of the smartest people I know have zero education. I mean, that's true. Street smarts are helpful in life. But when it comes to teaching a Harvard class, education trumps street smarts. Can't even pull up some of UK websites. The UK stuff is kind of crazy. UK is like putting people into jail for like tweets and stuff. That's a bit much. I don't care what you're tweeting. But I think a couple people in America, actually. This one guy, it's a whole story that he got arrested for his tweet, but it's a long story. Is Trump a foreign asset? If so, who's his boss? Is it Russia or Israel? I would say Israel, because I think Jeffrey Epstein worked for the Mossad. So now that they have all this dirt. What's up, self-projecting? Good to see you in the chat, my man. Randy said BB will moon soon. Randy also said to sell all your sell all your silver and buy Omi with it like 2 years ago. If you did that, you're not a very happy person right now. Part of that report was talking about CCOT, which is in El Salvador. And if you watch the report, I've got it linked, of course, in the description like always. You'll see that they talk about a lot of the torture that's going on in this concentration camp in El Salvador. And keep in mind that over 50 of the people that are sent there, they came to the U.S. legally. They came through a border crossing and declared asylum legally, like the law says that they're allowed to do. And then the people in America said, okay, stay here until your trial begins. They committed no crime. And I've talked about this before on here. Like, a lot of the people, I mean, deport them if you want to deport them, but you can't put somebody in just even prison, even freaking the place in Florida. But taking them to El Salvador where they get literally tortured, like they talk about the torture, it's ridiculous. And they didn't commit any crime, and our country is doing that to people. It is absolutely mind-blowing. A lot of Democrats were on the island. Yeah, absolutely. That's why the Democrats don't want to release the information either. Joe Biden could have released it. They all were on the island. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say them all. It's not like AOC was on the island. It's not like Obama. It's not like Bernie Sanders was not on the island. Boy, if Bernie Sanders pops up on the Epstein files. Move this man! Oh, I'll be so disappointed. Come on, Bernie. Don't be in there, Bernie. I voted for Trump to release the files. That's right, and he hasn't done it yet. He's doing the opposite. Don't focus on the small stuff. See the bigger picture. I'm always looking at all the pictures, my friend. This one is a new report that's been going around saying that Netanyahu wants Trump to attack Iran again, which he already did once. Supposedly we're about to attack Venezuela as well. Keep your eyes open for that, I suppose. Like I said, he might be controlled by Israel right now because of the information that he got from Jeffrey Epstein. So maybe if they want him to attack Iran and they say, we're going to release these pictures of you with these young girls, if you don't do it, then he's going to do it. I don't know. You know, I always got at least one thing showing, talking about the wealth inequality going right now. The 8 biggest retailers made $548 billion because of the Trump tax cuts. They spent $340 billion of that on dividends and stock buybacks, and their CEOs got a bunch too. So there is no trickle down. Where's the trickle down? The whole idea is like you give all the rich people the money and they're going to hire everybody and give people raises and it's going to trickle down, but it doesn't trickle down. It trickles into their bank accounts overseas where they don't pay taxes on it. Right, but there is a lesser of two evils. That's what people need to understand. There is a lesser of two evils. I mean, you're talking about one side's got Kamala, who jibber jabbers, don't make any sense, and smiles too much, and she's kind of dumb or something. Okay. The other side's got a dude who is a literal pedophile who is stealing money out of the country and giving it to his rich friends. Both are bad, but one is worse than the other, is it not? Is there not a lesser of two evils here? They're not equal. It's definitely the wealthy versus the rest of us, and the wealthy is good at pitting us against each other instead of against them. Both are bad. Quit justifying it. But neither are making the country better. I don't know. Who was the one that gave us weekends? We didn't used to have Saturday and Sunday off. Who was the one that made it so that women could vote? Who was the one that helped civil rights happen? I'm not saying it was all the Democrats. I'm saying that, there were groups that made the country better at some point. Is it now going to be going forward? Everybody makes the country worse? I think, of course, the two-party system doesn't help at all. All right, let's get into the Epstein files. There have been a lot released, a bunch of updates recently over the last, 12 hours, but these are the ones that were first released. And of course, they blacked out everything. There were hundreds and hundreds of pages that were redacted, so who knows what was in there. And the redactions are the important part, but of course, there was a whole lot of Big Bill, a.k.a. Bubba Clinton in there in a hot tub with the victim. Of course, he says this was like in some hotel, like not at the island or anything, and it's totally consensual or whatever. I mean, Ghislaine Maxwell says that he never did anything wrong. I don't know. I think Clinton should probably be under investigation as well. And I think he is under investigation technically, so I don't understand why his pictures weren't redacted and everybody else's were. Good to see Jay in the chat, my man. Oh no, Jay's a Republican. Both parties are one and the same. I mean, you do have like the establishment on both sides, but now you got like the far right and you got the far left. I think we got 4 different parties. But right-wing Dems are, I don't want to keep this picture of all pictures up there while I'm reading the chat. Sorry, both parties. I'm sorry, but right-wing Dems. What the hell is a right-wing Dem? I don't even know what that is. I hope that's not me. I don't want to be a right-wing Dem. Who is the one who stopped slavery? We can find things on both sides that are good and bad. I mean, yeah, but what do you mean? Who do you think stopped slavery? If you're going to be like, the Republicans stopped slavery, you know, the liberals were the Republicans at the time, and the conservatives were the Democrats at the time. The Southern strategy did happen. There have been some good movements, but I believe that people, not left or right, just people made the actual changes. How do we get it to where we have good groups that are making changes for the positive and not bad groups that are making positive changes for the negative? The problem is when you have all the groups concentrated on the rich, they're never going to make change for the positive. All their change is going to be for the negative. All right, so yeah, this was one of the weirder ones that came out of one of the weirder pictures that came out of the first set of files that has Epstein, and then on the left here, you see like a toddler. Like that looks like a 5-year-old or something's foot over there. So I don't know what was happening there. Okay, so apparently all these redactions are to stop the victims or to protect the victims. You don't want to get their names out no matter what. Got to redact everything. We got to redact the first 300 pages because we got to protect those victims. Well, one of the victims' name didn't even get redacted, and she wasn't even a public person that was out there being like, I'm one of the Epstein victims. But no, they completely forgot to redact her name because that's really not who they're worried about redacting at this point. They had this picture here. They didn't redact this guy. But you can clearly see this is Jeffrey Epstein dropping off a girl to some rich dude. And if you remember, Kash Patel was in Congress and telling Congress that there is no proof whatsoever that there were any other trafficking of girls to other people by Epstein. You remember him saying that? He said that under oath to Congress. Like, isn't perjury a thing? Is this not exactly what we're looking at right here? The opposite of what he said was happening? Who are the folks chasing Maxwell? She's not the flavor. Why can't Taylor Swift be linked to such schemes? I mean, I don't get to pick who's involved. What's up, Code? Thanks for hanging out with us. We're into politics right now. We're getting into the Epstein files. These are the ones that were released, I don't know, was it 4 or 5 days ago? We got some that were released, just today too. Yeah, if you remember, Kash Patel testified under oath that internal files contain no credible information that Epstein trafficked young women to anyone other than himself. You can look at all the stuff that's been released to show that that's not true. Like, is Kash Patel going to face any type of retribution for that? Or not retribution, but any type of consequences? Here's one of the things that they redacted. This was a phone message. At the top it says, for Mr. J.E., which is Jeffrey Epstein. This is the date, November in 2004. The name of the person who left this message is redacted. The message is, I have a female for him. So why are they redacting this name? Why are we protecting this person? This is not a victim that they're protecting right here. This is a person that says, I have a female for him. This is a trafficker right here. Why would Donald Trump's Department of Justice redact this name? Can anybody tell me that? I don't even know if this was in the files, but I feel like people don't talk about this enough. The picture of Jeffrey Epstein holding up a check from Trump for $22,000 for a depreciated woman. If you even saw the original document, you would know there's writing on the bottom here that says Jeffrey. Is kind of tough handwriting here. Jeff showed early talents with personal. Well, so what had happened was, I read this earlier when it was bigger, but this handwriting's horrible. Basically, it tells you exactly what you're looking at. That he got this check for selling a girl, his ex-girlfriend. I guess it was one that Trump wanted. Some people think it was the Virginia Giuffre girl, and it was depreciated because he had already slept with her many times, but now Trump gets to sleep with her, and of course it's probably an underage girl, or at least somebody very young. I don't know. So Trump's reaction to all of this has been pretty interesting. There was the video of him. I decided not to record it and add it on here, but he was doing a press conference, and they were asking him about the new files, and he was saying, I don't like the pictures of Bill Clinton being shown and other people being shown. I think it's a terrible thing But you have other people who innocently met Epstein many years ago. So he already knows he's going to be coming up more and more. Highly respected bankers, lawyers, and they'll end up because of guys like Massey, a lowlife, and Pose Down, a loser. He works with the Democrats. Actually threw Epstein out of Mar-a-Lago. So he's not talking about the victims at all. And you see all the congressmen that are talking about the Epstein files, and they're all like, we got to get justice for the victims, and we got to help the victims here. This isn't fair to the victims. Trump don't care about that at all. He cares about the co-conspirators. He's like, the co-conspirators are mad that you guys keep showing these pictures. This is crazy. Like, whose side is he on here? So now we got these new Epstein files that have come out. This one shows some accusations that were made where they said that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein graped, I think is the new word that people are using online, that are doing like videos or something, that they graped her. I don't know what was so special about this. Oh yeah, that she died and they ruled it a suicide, but people are close to her, including the officers on the scene, say that it was definitely not a suicide. Again, kind of looking like the Virginia Giuffre suicide. So she died under mysterious circumstances after claiming that Trump and Epstein had raped her. This was just released in the new Epstein files. And then you have this. All right, so this is supposedly from the prison cell of Epstein. And he's writing to, I can't remember exactly who it was, Larry Nassar. Larry Nassar, the dude who got arrested for molesting, I think, Olympic athletes, gymnasts or something. And apparently this was like them writing back and forth. And at the bottom, they're talking about young girls, and it says, our president also shares our love of young, nubile girls, I think is what the word that's cut off there is. And supposedly this got sent out like the day that he died in his jail cell, or the day before. But a lot of people are coming out saying that this is a fake letter. I'm not so necessarily sure that it's fake yet. This was even the Justice Department just released this tweet saying that they confirmed that this letter to Larry Nassar is fake. The fake letter was received by the jail and flagged for the FBI. It was postmarked 2 days after he died. But that doesn't necessarily mean anything, because if you're a prison inmate and you give the letter to the guard and say, mail this, the guard isn't going to run out right then and go put it in the mail for you. You put it on his desk and do it when he's ready. I don't necessarily know that that disqualifies it. I did look at the handwriting myself. I'm an autograph collector. I like analyzing handwriting, and it doesn't look like a very good match to me, honestly. So, but then somebody replied to me about that when I mentioned that on Twitter, and they were like, well, he could have had the guard write it for him. I don't know. Why would you have a guard write something so incriminating, though? I thought Chink Uger made a good point about it. He said there is the fake, because he's been saying that it's fake for a couple hours now. But even without that, there's a mountain of incriminating evidence about Trump and the newly released files, yet no Democrat released any of it while running 2 elections against them. That is pretty remarkable. And it's not like they don't know the kitchen sink, or they don't throw the kitchen sink at Trump otherwise. The only logical explanation is that it's 100% an intelligence agency that did this and ordered the cover-up. No one else would be able to stop the Democrats from using this kind of dirt against Trump in the middle of the 3 incredibly contentious elections. I mean, that's getting deep into it, though. It'd be hard to prove. That's how some people think this is going. And if so, we're probably never going to get to the bottom of it. So I think there's a couple of intelligence agencies, ours, Israel's, maybe other countries involved in this. What does that mean? Did that bone quit? I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean Mo? Yeah, Mo got a job, and he's busy in the evenings these days. All right. I thought this was kind of funny too, because whenever Department of Justice released all this information, they were required by law to release searchable files, but they tried to block the search for Trump. However, if you put Trump space, then it brings up a bunch of results. So the DOJ didn't even know how to block that. And I only brought that up because I was going to also show you what I talked about earlier, where somebody says that you can copy the files and paste them to this other program and it removes the redactions, but I haven't seen anybody confirm that yet, so I'm not sure if it's true. So I'll stay away from it from now. If you haven't watched CoffeeZilla yet, he just posted this video. You can see 15 hours, already has 2.4 million views. I've got it linked down in the description as well. He was able, or I guess it was him and maybe Dropsite working together, but they were able to figure out how to get into one of the batches of Epstein files that they hadn't released to the public yet. They had already prepared it for release, but they didn't add it to the page or release it or anything. However, the HTML code, the link existed for it since they added it, and people were able to access it. People have been looking through it a little bit already. One of the things they noticed is that there are actually 10 co-conspirators when it comes to the matter that Epstein got arrested for in in Florida originally. Before first he got arrested, then he got out, then he got arrested again, and then he committed suicide. So there were a bunch of co-conspirators. This might have had to do with the Ghislaine Maxwell. Yeah, the Ghislaine Maxwell trial. But nobody would ever say who the co-conspirators were. We didn't even know that there were co-conspirators. If people knew who all those co-conspirators were now, that would be pretty interesting. That means they have evidence that they were involved in some type of trafficking. Another file that was in the new ones released by CoffeeZilla or found by CoffeeZilla shows that Trump had been on the Epstein plane like 8 times, at least 8 times between 1993 and 1996, and 4 times in which Maxwell was also present. And then we talk about how on 2 of the flights, 2 of the passengers were women who would be possible witnesses in the Maxwell case, so victims. Now, Trump said he's never been on it before, and he used to make fun of Clinton for being on the Epstein plane. Now we know that he was on there at least 8 times. And that's brand new information that just got released. And we're going to get more and more released, but the people on Twitter, though, the Trump fans, are all like, look, this proves it. Trump was not in the Epstein files. Clinton is the pedophile. But obviously, there's hundreds and hundreds of pages that are redacted, and the person that was redacting them were the people that were loyal to Trump. So, obviously, they redacted the crap out of his name. Did you guys see the one where there was a picture of Trump with some girls in the drawer of a desk in one of the pictures of the original Epstein files that they dropped, and then they removed that picture and 15 other files? And everybody got mad about it or was like, that's crazy. Obviously, they're covering it up. And then the next day, they put all the files back that they removed. It's so obvious at this point. What do you think about all those videos, baby having nightmares and cat fighting something invisible to protect the baby on YouTube? You mean the AI videos? Are they AI videos? If they're real videos, that sounds interesting. But I know there's a lot of AI stuff like that is coming out where it shows like just incredible, amazing things happening that couldn't possibly happen. All right, that was all my ranting I had for you. Not a ton. Of course, there's a lot of other crazy stuff going on. There's the Paramount merger going on. But I can't get into everything. I'm telling you for ages about Monero. Top 15 now. We keep flirting with all-time highs when they suppress us. Isn't Monero, is that a crypto? I think I do remember you talking about Monero. I don't remember ever looking up the chart or nothing, though. I've been sleeping on that one. It sounds like I'm too late. Okay, so we did have the Panini drop. We live streamed the Panini drop on Friday. It was the Bad Egg drop. It sold out. They were $20 a pack. I bought the limit was 5. I didn't know how many I was going to buy. I was thinking about buying like 10, but then they said the limit was 5. And then during the live stream, we all got worried because after we bought, they didn't sell out right away, which looked like a bad sign. But apparently there was a cool down for people who bought the first time before they could buy again the second time, and that's why I didn't sell out. But I mean, that's still not a great sign. That just means there's a whole lot of flippers. And then I sold all my packs back for $38 each, and if I just pulled the floor price of the packs right before I went live, and they're at $39, so they haven't moved much. What is Trump Island? You mean Epstein Island? Yeah, he was there for sure. Everyone should know Monero, and now all you guys joining Kraken, you better... I gave up on freaking crypto in general. I've been holding my Viva, but it's been going down, 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 down. I got a secret rare 66 on a street. What?
Yes, yes.
Let's freaking go. Congratulations to Thanu. Secret rare, and he got a 66. Oh man, if that was a Star Wars drop, 66 would be worth even more. But it's a 2-digit. That's very good. Yeah, that was the Kin drop. And I saw that the aftermarket was looking pretty good on them. I'll tell my story about going for, what was it, the Jake Sully Avatar drop. So I was live anyway for the Panini drop. And of course, why not? If I'm live, I might as well go for the BB drop. They had a first appearance drop. And so I got on there and bought like 3 blind boxes and got like 2 commons and 1 uncommon. No, 1 uncommon, 1 common, and 1 rare. And you needed an uncommon and a rare to craft the secret rare. So I thought I was good to go. However, the rare that you needed was from the first Avatar drop, not this drop. And I didn't have that one. And of course, the prices are already pumped on them to like 60 gems. So Rob T was in the chat and he was like, put it up for this much gems so that you have enough to buy one of the ones you need. So he bought it from me and gave me enough gems to go get the rare that I needed to complete my craft, get my secret rare, mint number 75 on my secret rare, and then sold that bad boy for 99 jimmies. Shout out to Rob T. He got the alpha on the Monero too. Monero had a 51% attack. There's one guy that has most of the tokens. Ew, that's scary. Had to hit a Ken secret rare and on it. Oh, you got a secret rare? Let's go. Congrats. How come everybody hit that secret rare? I'm glad I didn't stream that. I would have been really upset if I got a comment and then Rob T and everybody in the chat, they knew everybody's getting secret rares. Zcash? I haven't heard of that one. I like Viva because it's for Bolivia and they don't have any other access to crypto. But it's not doing anything. You been mining Monero? See, I never mined anything. I wish I could mine stuff. Can you stream tomorrow, Vault, just for me? What's happening tomorrow? Is it a good drop? It's Christmas Eve. They should have a drop at midnight on New Year's Eve. That would be dope. I don't know what it would be. I don't know much about Zcash. I don't know, Denke, what is it? Give me a reason to. It's not like I'm doing anything. My kid's off for Christmas. I'm off. I already got, well, I don't have all my shopping done, unfortunately. All right, also going on right now, Cryptoids is back. They're dropping Mickey and Minnie, Mickey and Friends. It's like a relaunch. They're doing their own streams. They have like, I don't know if they're content creators or employees or something, but it's not anybody that I recognize. It used to be all the Cryptoids content creators were people from the BB community, but I didn't see anybody from the BB community, so I don't know. Maybe they're doing it without BB community this time, but they are relaunching. I don't know if any of you guys are buying. I still have a few from the first launch. That wasn't me. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. What do you mean that wasn't you? That wasn't you that bought the that bought my stuff so that I could craft my secret rare? I thought it was you. Get Big A to stream with you. I haven't seen Big A in a while. I don't think he likes me anymore. Street Fighter is not blind box. You can go directly to the secret rare. Oh, my bad. I forgot there was that type of drop. So I'm surprised you guys were able to get it then. You got to be fast. I still have a whole bunch of Cryptoids. I got 4 or 5. Maybe more than that, actually. Anything else going on in tech? That's all I got for tech. But I do got a Christmas scene set up for everything else. Let's go. Merry Christmas, everybody. Big A is mad that Monero's mooning, and I told him, and he said AVAX, and it dumped. I like Avalanche, too. Avalanche made more sense to me. I know. I was talking about M on X, not last week, but 2 weeks ago when I was live. I like M on X. I like the Mona Lisas. I won a Starry Night on the drop and sold it. But I don't like Jacob Elmon myself. I can't. It's hard for me to get into it when the dude's like 21 years old. But that was like 4 years ago. I guess he's like 25 now. He's getting older. Maybe I should start trusting him. I just didn't like how young he was. I mean, I like AVAX too because Avalanche makes good games. You already know that. And it's an American blockchain. Privacy over gaming, even if you are. Privacy does matter. Y'all want to see what I'm selling on eBay? It's Christmas time. So I had been selling a lot up until the last couple of days, and everything slowed the crap down like right away. This one was really good. This was in one of my videos a long time ago. It sold for 40 bucks. I'd like to be able to show you like how much it sold for. Sold for 40. There it is. I don't even know what that crap was. Speaking of Big A, I posted this in one of my videos, and I said in the video, I don't even know what this is. And then Big A commented below that video and explained exactly what it is. I still don't know what it is, but shout out to him for explaining that. And it did sell for 40 bucks, and it was pretty cheap to pick up. We got some OGs in the chat. Alejandro in the house. Let's go. We got Mr. Smurf Dabs. Merry Christmas. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate y'all.
And I just want to say thank you for making it happen. Thank you.
Alright, well, that was a little too much there. A little too far. He went a little too far. I just want the thank you part, not that last part. And then, yeah, I'm just selling random stuff. This also sold for $40, and I also don't know what it is. I think it's a hard drive enclosure, which I've never heard of anybody using these. This is the kind of crazy stuff that I find at the Goodwill bins, or whatever it's called, the Goodwill outlet, where it's $1.99 per pound. So I'm not paying nothing for this stuff. Told you to go for those Kobe Statue of Liberties. I probably wouldn't have gotten them anyway. We got OG Dr. Strange in the building. Let's go. Everybody's showing up at the end of the stream. about to end it. We didn't have a lot to talk about today. I did get into a pretty cool event that went down in the paranormal topic. If you guys ever get a chance to go back and check it out, it was pretty crazy. I want to hear people's opinions on it. I don't know if it was real or fake, but it tricked me out. This is one of the things that the AI told me to buy. I wasn't planning on buying it. It was in a big lot of just junk that we probably paid maybe $2 for the whole entire lot. And this thing is like itsy tiny bitty, but it's called a miraculous metal. Apparently made like in the 1800s, and it's sold for 15 bucks. I didn't know nothing about it. So the AI is helping me out. I've got a video that I'm working on where the AI is trying to beat my 10-day eBay challenge. Gave him $100 to spend at an auction, an online auction, to buy what he wants to flip on eBay. Looking for a Neo Geo console. I don't even know nothing about that. It sounds familiar. I found a Tamagotchi a couple years ago. Well, it's been a few years now. Like brand new in the package, and sold that for like 70, 80 bucks. I heard of Neo Geo, but I don't know what that is. I'm trying to get better at silver. I can never do gold because it's so hard to tell. Like, I thought this might have been gold, but it came in some bag, so I didn't care. But on silver, they are usually marked like 929 or something. And a lot of these people at these yard sales don't know that their stuff is silver, and they just throw it away, and it'll be like some big giant silver piece that's worth hundreds of dollars. I'm trying to get better at it. I need to watch some videos on it, some YouTube videos. That's where you learn the best when it comes to that kind of stuff. But as of right now, if I get lucky and grab something that ends up being silver, then so be it. If not, I'll still find a way to sell it. It's all about that marketing. You got to make a good listing. You got to get good pictures for it. Get it in the right category. But yeah. All right. That's about all I got for y'all for this Christmas edition of the Paranormally Correct live stream. If you guys haven't watched my latest YouTube video, I did post a YouTube video a few days ago, Christmas themed eBay reseller video. Here, I'll show you this as my best sell of the week, because this has been a week, maybe 2 weeks since I sold it, and it's the star of that last video that I just did. It's that Santa Claus book, apparently made in 1902, that I found, and once I got home and looked closer, discovered that it had the signatures of 3 of the original Munchkins from the Wizard of Oz movie inside. So I did finally get that sold. Took a few weeks to sell, about 2 or 3 weeks to sell. And I'm not going to tell you how much I actually sold it for. I had it listed for $300, but that's not what I sold it for. I accepted the best offer on it. I bought it for $25, but it came with some other stuff. You have to watch the video to see what it sold for. Happy holidays, everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, everybody in the chat. Appreciate you. I don't know, Dane K wants me to go live tomorrow. You never know. May or may not. I don't think I have a whole lot of plans, so if it's a good drop, maybe I will, just to make the BB folks mad, or just to celebrate the holidays, right? And then, of course, I'll be back for next Tuesday's live stream, Paranormally Correct, every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. Have a great week, and I'll see y'all next week. Later, everybody.